10. Now we on top once again. Yeah. Hey. I had to take
Today, from U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis, it's Week 16 of the NFL on EA Sports.
A very warm day outside by Minnesota standards, but then again, it is still summer. Either way, the AC is working just fine at U.S. Bank Stadium in the Twin Cities. Today, it's the penultimate week of the regular season, Week 16, and we've got a good one in store between the Houston Texans and the Minnesota Vikings. They start on the ground with Geis. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
The 33-yard line.
A look at the numbers for Geis a week ago. 18 carries, 66 yards.
And, partner, I thought it was a lot of fun for us to be able to sit in on their film session with the offensive line. We saw how they blocked it up last week to pretty good success, and we see what their game plan is for this week. They expect that defensive front to be someone they can move.
They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
On first down, this is Geis. Get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 12 yards there. First down, Vikings.
They did tell us they wanted to establish a ground game early, didn't they?
They did, in a small sample size that we've seen so far, but pretty good return.
Yeah, you got to like that. They've strung together a couple of first downs, established what they wanted, the running game. And guess what? They also got their lead guy running it pretty well, too.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
2nd and 9.
From the gun, Minshew to throw. That's into the hands of the tight end, Boyle. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
Brandon, they didn't get everything they wanted out of that play, but the tight end did. And I don't mean it in a positive way. Great job of him holding on after absorbing that big hit.
They'll try to throw for it with Minshew. It's caught on the right side, Williams. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. No gain, and it's 2nd down. They couldn't get anything going there out on the right side in the flat of the swing pass.
And didn't we have a discussion with their staff about wanting to get the backs more involved in the passing game? Huge emphasis for this game, but obviously the defense had other play.
And now a fumble. The ball's out, and the Texans scoop it. And now look at him go. Past the 20. And they bring this one back. Offended return for a Texans touchdown. So possession still theirs, but now they face a 3rd down. Again, Minshew looking to throw. Open man is Westbrook, complete. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Here's Minshew. He's going to find his tight end, Boyle. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
At the 20-yard line.
Now again to the first man through, and that's Johnson. And he's going to push his way down to about the 12. 8 yards there on the carry, and now they're left with a much more manageable 3rd and 3.
That's a gain of 8. Makes it 3rd and 3.
Again, they keep it on the ground, and again, it's Johnson. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line. of scrimmage. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down.
And sometimes it doesn't matter how big and strong and powerful you are. The defense is going to win an occasional battle, and they did on that one. Stopped them well short of picking up a first down.
So a good kick there, and they put the bow tie on it with 3 points.
And let's face it, everybody wants a touchdown. We know that. But in the NFL, defenses are awfully good. You're not going to score each and every time. Be able to knock the ball through the post and take the throw.
By the way, I said bow tie. I meant just bow.
Either
not
way.
the tie, but yeah.
Either way.
You got it.
I just went right past it.
Now Rodriguez throwing on first down. Taking it. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way down to the 35. So a little extra on top of the big play there.
It's tough for guys rushing the passer, but you have to know when the ball is gone. And if you listen, officials will tell you ball's gone. He didn't pull up.
And he whips that one incomplete there. He was trying to get it to his tight end, David Njoku. That'll bring up 2nd down.
10 at the 20-yard line.
Throwing again. Rodriguez. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, 3rd down.
Incomplete. It's 3rd down and 10 yards.
Looking to throw. Rodriguez. He's got his tight end, David Njoku. And the Texans are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Houston.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports.
Vikings 3, Texans nothing.
Now here's Pollard. Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. No gain there, and it's going to set up 2nd and goal. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Tony Pollard, touchdown number 18 on the year. And the Texans have retaken the lead.
The kick is
And he knocks it through. A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know it sounds really generic and it sounds almost trite, but the blocks were made up front. Offensive line, collective victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone?
Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. You know, in our research packet this week, prepping for the game, so many articles from the local beat writer about the offensive struggles of this team and what will they do this offseason. What do you think they'll do?
Well, number one, they'll take to a self-scouting report. And every team that's any good does this. Outside groups, check out their team, scout them, and tell you who can play, who can't play, and reasons why. Some of it may just be health. They have to get some guys healthy and back out on the field. But overall, evaluate this squad and make the changes that you need to.
On the jet sweep, here's Westbrook. And a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe.
tackle
They
made.
give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
It's now 2nd and 6.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Running left sideline, incomplete. Looked like he had a couple of different options as far as who to throw to on that play. And who am I to say this, but I'm not sure he made the right decision.
Well, the window of opportunity is always going to be small in the NFL. That's why those quarterbacks who make quick decisions and have quick releases have the most success in this league.
Pass knocked down in the backfield and incomplete.
I know we spent a lot of time talking about how the defensive backs read routes and make plays on the football. How about a good linebacker? Feeling the route, seeing the quarterback, jumps the play, and knocks it away. Really well done.
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 8.
So now we get set to see Houston for their 2nd drive of the ball game, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the left.
He's got it in, complete, 20, 10, touchdown, Houston. Harris Campbell, 82 yards, and the Texans are able to show off their quick strike ability. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. They'll start out here with a jet sweep, and he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
At the 24.
Now a run with Geis. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games.
Now Minshew has it knocked out, fumble. And the Texans say they have it. They do. Every week we hear talk about create turnovers. In particular, they wanted to force some fumbles. They got one right there.
And it shows you how the game has changed over time. It used to be good enough for a guy to get a sack of a quarterback in the pocket. Now, if you come to the sidelines and you didn't knock the ball free, your coaches are upset with you. All right, so if you're a quarterback, it starts all the way back in the youth leagues. Take care of the ball, take care of the ball, take care of the ball, because here come the defenders.
They scored touchdowns on drives 1 and 2, and now they're trying to make it a perfect 3. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. Paris Campbell, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Texans will extend their lead. And it's 21-3. Now he's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the 2nd quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
And it will come out to the 25 as he will not attempt a return.
25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
You always hear about
throw for Westbrook, but it's intercepted. Picked off at the 24.
Well, if you go by the numbers, you'll find as the temperature goes down, so does the passing efficiency. And now that we're in December, even the routine throws are going to be harder for the quarterbacks. And this one, it winds up getting picked off.
And that is caught. But he will come down out of bounds, says the side judge, incomplete. He was looking that time to get it to Paris Campbell, and that'll bring up 2nd down. To throw again. Rodriguez flushed out right. Now he'll pull it down, and he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds. He'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3. But now it's 3rd down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Flush to his right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Preston Smith racking up sack number 12 for him on the year.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things that's gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget.
Makes the score Texans 24.
They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. It's what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. On 2nd and 11 now. Minshew. Complete. Jefferson the target. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. The reception good for 7. It's third down.
Makes it 3rd and 4.
Now Minshew. Completing it to the right side, Johnson. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. As Sanchez on to punt here as he sends this one away. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. Now we get a peek at the captain of this offense heading back out there. And he's been good. 2 first-half touchdown passes, no interceptions so far.
Does a lot for your confidence. Does a great deal for your team. Gives them a lead, and they're feeling really good about how they're playing. I think he expects to throw at least another one.
I was going to say, now he wants the first-half hat trick, doesn't he?
Oh, without a doubt. Go ahead and fling him on the field, folks. He wants that type of celebration.
And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here, he throws it away. And now it's 3rd. To throw is Rodriguez. On 3rd down. Looking for Campbell. That's caught inside the 20. And he's going to have the Texans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. And it is caught. Touchdown, Texans. Paris Campbell on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Texans push further out in front.
They have really had their way so far in the first half, but they wanted to continue to build on their lead. They know that no lead is safe in this league, so they decided to try their best to get one more as they headed into the half, and they got it done.
Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
Their own 25-yard line.
Here again comes Gardner Minshew. In second quarter, they're down big already. He's struggling as well. They've got to find something here. He's got to find something on this drive.
And sometimes you take on all that extra pressure on yourself, and maybe you have to disperse it a little bit. Lean on some other people, lean on your teammates, find someone who can take the pressure off and get the ball in their hands for a while.
Or this, if he doesn't, this is getting out of hand, or it could get worse. The open man is Westbrook. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. That's caught offside by the tight end Boyd. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. 23 yards the final tally. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. To try again after the sack. Minshew. Oh, he's got that wide open, complete. And he will have a first down as they're in the field goal range now at the 30. The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. Throwing on first down is Minshew. Quick hitter here, it's complete. Now a signal and a timeout call as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. Right hash, 37-yard attempt. Seibert able to knock this one through. And that drops the deficit from 28 to 25. Well, not the best first half facing this deficit, but at least they did put 3 on the board before half.
Yeah, it's a little bit like that stormy, cloudy day, and the sun peeks through just for a second. They saw the sun there. They're hoping to see a little bit more of it in the second half.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
You want the 3rd quarter already? No problem. Let's do it.
31. Vikings 6.
So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And a less than desirable return as he's out of bounds at the 15-yard line.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light.
And that's caught inside the 35. And he makes it all the way down to the 31. A huge play there for Houston. 54 yards.
I like the thought process there. They connected on a big play, and sometimes you find the defense vulnerable. So they went for the bigger shot, went for it all on that one. This time, they were ready for it.
Rodriguez to throw again. Campbell making the catch. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. Here's Rodriguez, operating from the gun. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. Paris Campbell there to make the grab. And this offense is running away with this one. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead.
Vikings 6. Kaimi Fairbairn to kick off for Houston.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. It's the Vikings' turn on offense. We get ready for their first possession of the second half. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
Not too many more ideal situations at 2nd and 2 in order to try and pick up a first down. They ran it and picked it up.
Now Minshew on 1st and 10. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
At the 43-yard line.
Geis with a carry on 2nd down. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line.
They were not fooling around at all, were they? 2nd and short, and they brought out the heavy package. Almost like the super heavy package against that defense, didn't it?
Yeah, I don't think they expected that much beef up front, and it turned into an easy first down conversion. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage. Now on 2nd and 13. Minshew. And boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
I'm getting the sense that this offense is getting frustrated. Here we are into the 3rd quarter, and they've had plenty of opportunities to get in sync. Thus far, that hasn't happened. They're looking for answers both on...
Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Justin Reed. And they will score. Pick 6 for the Texans TD. So this defense doubling its pleasure there. Remember, they had the fumble return for a score earlier in the game, and now this time an interception return for another score. Fairbairn good with the extra point, and that will extend this big lead. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. Taken in the end zone, and this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
And now out comes Minnesota, and fresh off the pick 6, they've got to forget about that quickly.
In this case now, the guy throwing the ball, he's got to be like what we talk about with defensive backs who get beat for a long touchdown. Short-term memory, right back out there doing the things that he does best, and knowing that taking care of the ball is paramount. Here's his opportunity.
It comes back to those defensive backs for the former DB, right? And he's going to go down. down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. Ross Blacklock make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in third and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Ball had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. Returnable here from the 38. They'll call it a punt of 44 yards. The return was for 7. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And last time out, another touchdown. And I think there may be some empty seats around here by the time the fourth quarter comes around.
Yeah, I have to agree with you because this was just about decided. But you know who benefits from all those empty seats? You and me, trying to get to the airport.
That's
the roads
true.
will be fairly clear by the time we have to
positive.
leave the booth.
And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. Clearly wasn't outside of the tackle box. There's your penalty.
And accompanying that penalty, a loss of down.
So now it's 3rd and long, because remember, they also lose a down on the grounding call. Back to throw. Rodriguez looking for Campbell downfield. It's caught at the 10. And mark him down all the way inside the Minnesota 10. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. That pass, and it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked by Tracy Walker. And the Vikings are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Their passing game has been spectacular this afternoon. Finally, a win for the defense.
You think maybe there was an adjustment there. Finally gained a measure of, I don't even know if you call it revenge, but got a play done against him, and that's been difficult for them all game long.
And a very short pickup there across the 15 to the 16.
16-yard line. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up
from the 16. Minshew. That's complete. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
There's a nice pickup right there, and after watching half play, I'm thinking about all the lost opportunities that they've had so far in this game. But right now, just focus on continuing to move the ball the way they did on the last play.
And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. Throwing on 2nd and 3. Minshew. And Minshew with nowhere to go, and they take him to the ground.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
Outright, this is Boyle, the tight end. It's a gain of 16, and the Vikings have the 1st down as well.
1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Looking to throw it, Minshew. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks and speeding quick.
The pressure gets to him again.
Sack.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
So 3rd and long, here's Minshew. This one brought in by Jefferson. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. They do get 10 back, but still a ways to go on 4th.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the 1st down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 28.
Heading out is the Texans offense as they get set to take over here. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row. They were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on.
And give them another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues. Even though they've got this big advantage, Charles, they are not taking their foot off the gas pedal right now.
Kaimi Fairbairn lining up for the extra point.
It took them an extra look, but they found out it is a touchdown indeed. The official says this one counts.
Vikings.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And the lead will swell by 1 more. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. Fielded in the end zone. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. Ross Blacklock in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
Now they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Another try after the first down sack. Minshew. And he cuts up the football. There's him gone. And the Texans say they have it. They do.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. So another score there. Often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
Yeah, they are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. So after that hot start, the numbers here show the decline. What has the defense done adjustment-wise?
Sometimes when you have a running back who's getting off to a hot start, you've got to catch him before he really gets going. So you change what you do across the defensive front. Instead of the linebackers being back a few yards, you bring them up closer. It's what we call mugging the line of scrimmage, taking away a lot of blocking angles.
And he is going to be taken down. They got him. As that is going to take us to the 2-minute warning. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. On play action, it's Minshew. Oh, he's able to muscle him here as he pulls it in. Vikings fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout take. With 1:55 remaining.
47-yard line.
Minshew, 1st and 10. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Out of the gun is Minshew. And he completes it to Westbrook. And he's going to be taken down with another 1st down as the stop's made at the Texans' 42. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. Now Minshew has it knocked out. The Texans scoop it. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line. And I don't know that fumble's going to matter a whole lot. You look at the deficit here in the 4th. It doesn't matter. The coach on the sideline still scratching his head.
Yeah, not only scratching his head, but probably writing a note or 2 about we're going to address this come practice next week because...
And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown.
Touchdown, Houston.
They seemingly just continue to score at will. And as great as it's been for the offense, you got to feel for that defense down there.
I love how you use the word will, because both teams came into the game with the will to win. But one team has obviously imposed its will on the other and broken them. Because what we're seeing right now, wow, that's a defense that's in tatters after what they faced in this ball game.
And this carries into the end zone. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. And heading back onto the field now, the Texans defense. They've played excellent. Another stop here, that would just be the icing on the cake.
You definitely want to finish things off the way it's gone throughout the day, and it's gone awfully well for them. They don't want to give up any type of a fluke, any type of a big play here. That'll leave a bad taste in their mouth as they go in and celebrate.
Yeah, they want that good cake taste, right?
No doubt about it. That's 6-layer cake.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Minshew sets to throw. That's into the hands of Westbrook over the middle. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
At the 43-yard line.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Minshew, quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's going to be taken down with another 1st down as the stop's made at the Texans' 43. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs. It'll be Minshew again. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete. So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43.
2nd and 10.
From the gun, Minshew to throw. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44.
A loss of 13 yards. Brings up 3rd down.
A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for Houston, the wins